Hi, I'm Jim Cowan. My family and I joined Brighton's Church back in December, which of course has meant that we didn't have very long to get to know folks before life changed for all of us. However, I'm glad therefore to have this opportunity to say a wee bit about me and who I am and how I came to faith. I grew up in a housing scheme in Kilmarnock, um, with my younger brother, in a house that was not a happy home. My father was an alcoholic and was absent a lot of the time, and my mother struggled to cope. And I, as a wee boy, grew up feeling embarrassed and ashamed of who I was, of my family, particularly of my dad, but also of my mum because she didn't cope very well with my dad's alcoholism. I didn't do well at school. I was ashamed of the fact that we never had any new clothes to wear. We always wore hand-me-downs. Life was just not good. I would never invite my friends into my home because I was ashamed of that too. Um, and then when I was 8 or 9, my dad got sober. He went to Alcoholics Anonymous and stopped drinking and started to work the 12-step program, which of course is based on a belief in a higher power, a belief in God. And he and my mum also started to work that program in their lives and started to go to church. And it was quite clear to me as a wee boy that God was making a huge difference in our family's life. We, from having almost nothing, my dad was able to get a job and have money coming into the house, and things started to improve. They improved materially, but they also improved in every other way. It was a happier place, our family. My work at school improved greatly. I went from being 46th in the class to being 17th in the class when I left primary school, which was a real achievement for me. And things continued to improve when I went to secondary school. To me, it was, I just accepted it all. Life had been bad. My dad went to AA, got sober, trusted in God, and things started to get better. So when I first heard the gospel, my grand's wee Baptist church in Kilmarnock, it made sense to me. I accepted it when the minister said, spoke about the power of sin and that Christ offered freedom from that power of sin, forgiveness, and a new life. That all fitted in with my experience and my understanding of God. So I believed it, I accepted it. Although I didn't respond to it quite at that time, it took a few more years for that to happen. Eventually my family moved to Stewarton and we joined the church there, and my brother and I started going to church too, and joined the youth group. And it was while there, along with the youth group, we went to a gospel rally in a church in Kilmarnock, and there was an altar call, and I responded and gave my life to Christ. It just, I had been waiting, I think, for that opportunity. And although I had seen changes in the life of my family, once I gave my life to Christ, life changed for me in a completely new level. I gained an understanding of the freedom, the liberty that Christ gives. As I say, I'd been a wee boy who felt ashamed and embarrassed of himself, and Jesus forgives me, and offers a new life, and that was hugely important to me. After that point, I started to seek God's will in my life and felt the call to the ministry. Now, I'd grown up as a wee boy who got into fights and used bad language, and being a minister was the furthest thing from my mind. But God's call was clear and persistent. And so eventually I responded and went to study divinity at Edinburgh. And I've been a minister, or I was a minister, I should say, for 33 years before I retired last year and moved to Falkirk. And I would like to be able to say that during all those 33 years I've been very close to Christ, and that life has been good, and it hasn't always. Life has had its challenges, and there have been times when I think I've become quite complacent in my faith. I've never lost my faith, but there have been times when I've wondered. And you know, one of the wonderful things about Christ is that he loves us and forgives us and welcomes us back. And isn't standing there waiting to shake his finger and say, "I told you so." I love the way that Jesus accepted Peter back. I gave him the commission to feed his sheep after he had betrayed him. Sometimes I feel a bit like that. But I'm glad that I have this relationship with Christ today that is beyond anything I could have imagined. My life is rich and full. I'm never going to be wealthy. I'm never going to do some of the things that I might have wanted to do, but I've been blessed in so many ways. And one of the blessings is that God has brought us here to Brighton's Church, and I hope and pray that this coronavirus crisis will be over one day. I pray that there will be a vaccine found, and that we'll be able to get back to some kind of normality. And I look forward to getting to know some of you a bit better in the days ahead.